All right, so in this video, we're going to be covering some different types of razor blades and how you should approach yourself, your face, how you should shave when you're using a shavette or a straight razor in order to not cut yourself. So real quickly, we're going to go into the difference between a shavette and a straight razor. This is a shavette. It is the shape of a straight razor in the sense that you can have a long folding handle or a non-folding handle depending on what you buy. This is a Japanese feather SS. It is a very beautiful knife. I said knife. It's a very beautiful razor. Shavettes have disposable blades, so you just pop them out of the head and then you put them back in. Now with a straight razor, the head comes with the razor is welded on and you have to sharpen it using a strop or something like that. I wanted to get into straight razor / shavette shaving because I thought it was interesting. And I've always liked the look of the old-fashioned barber sort of thing. So I bought a Japanese Feather SS shavette, $55 on Amazon. And they're glorious. I love them. Take some practice to use them. So real quickly, we're gonna cover some different types of razors. I don't have a straight razor with me, but that's essentially what a straight razor looks like, minus the disposable blades. So this is the normal sort of razor blade that everyone uses. People, like, you can buy Gillette, cheap packs, disposable ones that come with like 30 of these, which is what this actually is. This came with 30, like 20, maybe 15, 20 of these types of heads. The head contours with your face. You can see it moving. And that's just when you're shaving. It essentially does all the work for you. So long as you're not pressing hard and you've wetted your beard, you've softened your stubble, you're not really going to cut yourself. It just kind of does the work for you, and they come with kind of lubricant strips on the top that help shave your face and moisturize your face and get it slick so you're not going to cut yourself. And then we come into the more advanced stage where you kind of get into the territory. You're starting to get into that territory where you might cut yourself, where you need to be more careful. And that is a safety razor. So essentially, it's kind of like a cross between a shavette and a straight razor mixed with one of these, in the sense that you can be safe using these, hence the name safety razor. Maybe that's not why they're called that, but as long as you're not pressing too hard, and again, your face is well moisturized and your stubble has been softened, you're not really going to cut yourself. This is just a cheap Vanderhagen that I've used that I love. Twist the bottom and it butterflies open, really cool. And you change the double-sided blade. And the razor blades are really, really cheap. It's like $2, $3 for a pack of 20. This is a nice Vanderhagen safety razor. And this is where you really need to make sure your face is moisturized, because there's no lubricant strip on these. It is just pure stainless steel going against your face, and you need to be careful. And it kind of does the angle for you. You don't really need to, you got to be careful not to press too hard, obviously, but this is not as bad as a shavette or a straight razor, which is what we're going to talk about. And we're going to be talking with those types of razors, how to not cut yourself. So then we get into the hardest to learn is the shavette or the straight razor. I think shavettes are harder than straight razors, and I'm not sure why. I haven't really researched into that, but some people on forums have said that shavettes are really, if you want to master how to use a shavette and a straight razor, or I should say a straight razor, if you want to learn how to master one of those, shavettes are ruthless. So they are merciless. And you can see on my face, which I haven't mentioned yet, that's from today. That's from a week ago. That's from today. So I've got some cuts on my face because I've been using a shavette. And the reason they are so hard to use, or there's a big learning curve with them, is because unlike the head that contours on this, and unlike sort of the top barrier that it has, and where this is sort of set, and all you got to do is just place it flush against your face, you'll notice there's a point where it starts to catch, so you don't have to really find the angle with a safety razor. These, you have to know the angle that you're going. You essentially have to place it flat against your face, and then you barely turn it inward, and then you begin shaving. And it can be really hard when you're watching yourself in the mirror, or you're going against, my jaw is super sharp, so this can be quite awkward to go around certain parts of my my face and whatnot. I'm gonna actually take the razor out so I don't cut myself while doing this. Nice thing about Shavettes is now we're safe. But yeah, so you put it flat against your face. This is kind of how you want to find the angle, and then you barely turn it, just barely, and you'll start to feel the hair grab, and then you just go to work. This portion of your face is the easiest to shave in my opinion, because it's just simply a slight, I think 30, I don't even know the degrees, but you're just going very slightly angled. And then once you start getting into the area of your jaw and all that, it gets a little harder. Sorry about all the echoing, by the way, I don't have a mic. But yeah, once you start getting underneath and you start to have to get under the sides of your jaw is when you're prone to cutting yourself. So here's some things you can do to avoid or to maximize your safety with a shavette or a straight razor. Here's some things you can do. One of the things that I've noticed has been cutting me a lot or getting myself cut is the approach. What I mean by that is, my God, it takes no pressure to cut yourself with one of these. You could touch yourself the wrong way and then you'll flinch, you'll feel it, and you're like, oh shit, cut myself. So the approach is kind of like when you're done shaving a portion of your face, and then maybe you come to like your chin or something, and you're just approaching, just that slight touch just can slice you open, which is what happened here. I was done shaving here, and then I approached right at the wrong angle, like just barely touched myself, and boom, the stinging, and I felt it. And so you got to be patient with these. I mean, you really have to be patient with a straight razor, say shavette. Because you'll just cut your face up. The first shave I did okay, cut myself a couple times. Second shave, I thought I was getting better, but it was even worse. I was bleeding all over the place. So another thing is it is a 2 hairs and some air type of touch. You need absolutely no pressure, next to no pressure on your face when you're shaving. You touch the skin, you make contact, and then you just slowly and gently drag down, and it'll shave the hairs right off. Too many guys approach fast, which again, like I said, will cut you, or they just want to hack at their face and do all these sorts of things and blah blah blah. And that's again, nice thing about a shavette. I took the razor out. I'm safe. What if I didn't? I just cut myself up. Anyway, so there's some things that I don't know if it's talked about a whole lot that you got to do to be careful with one of these. Again, the approach thing is something that you got to be careful with, and you have to don't go when you're approaching. Try not to touch your skin. Get at the angle that you want, and then begin shaving. I'm just gonna put it here, because there you go. You just sliced your face open. It's not so much that these razors that come with shavettes or that is on a straight razor is super sharp. It's just that, again, you're doing all the angle, here's the thing. This is why it's called a safety razor. We've got the razor in. This is stupid, don't do this, but I'm slapping my face with the razor right now. No cuts, no slices, no nothing, because there's a slight barrier, and there's an angle, there's a drop off. It curves, so it kind of protects your face in a way. Whereas these, it is the razor sticking out, and you have to know the angle. You have to know how to shave, stretch the skin. You have to know how to, even with my jawline, I have to like curve, almost like I'm cutting like a wheel of cheese or some weird thing. Like I have to start at this angle, and then as I'm going down, I have to bend this because of the way my jaw is shaped. So it's a personalized, unique experience. And it's definitely unique when you start cutting yourself a lot. Another thing is patience. You might cut yourself a few times, and during the shave, you're gonna get frustrated because you're doing that. And by getting frustrated, you're gonna wanna hurry up or just stop entirely. You're gonna like, oh my God, I can't figure this out. Let's just get this done, and then you cut yourself even more. It's about patience, and it's about knowing the angle. Some people say buy a balloon and shave a balloon, and if you pop it, you messed up. I just say, just look up real quickly or watch this video. Watch a video about angles on shaving, which is just, again, you start flat, and then to begin the shave, just to be safe, you just turn it slightly, and where you can't even see it really turning. But you go from this flat on your face to slightly turned. It's just a very slight angle change. And then it's just a matter of figuring out the lay of the land of your face, like how sharp your jaw is, if you need to pull the skin to get hair here, because I have to do that with my jaw. If I just try and shave this without a stretch on the skin, I cut all up in here. So I need to stretch to get that hair moved over from here to here by stretching the skin, and then I can shave and move on about my day. So this was today my 4th shave with this razor and minimal cuts. Had one here, and let's see if I'm missing one. Yeah, I had one here. They didn't really hurt. I just noticed I was starting to bleed. And then grip. This is, again, sort of personalized. It's nice with the Feather SS. You can fold it into the handle when you're done, blah, blah, blah. You can, however you want to hold it. It is super customizable. I hold it like this. I have a slight, like, outer angle, and then it's just index finger wrapped around, thumb on the bottom, and then just kind of grip. It just kind of goes in between my middle finger and my ring finger. That's how I grip it, so I can do everything I need to do. Well, that's a pain too, to shave that right. So those are some things you can do to minimize cutting yourselves, and those are some of the razors we went over. Really, it's all about patience, and I think if you go into the mindset with a Shavette or a straight razor that you're going to cut yourself, it's inevitable, I think you'll be okay. Do not buy one of these and think you're not going to cut yourself. You will. The cuts aren't traumatic. They aren't that scary. You're going to cut yourself. You're going to bleed. It's part of learning. It's part of learning your unique face structure, because everything is different. Really, what you need to do is, if you're interested in buying one, is buy one yourself. Understand basically the angle you need to work with on your face, and then just start shaving. Make sure your beard, your stubble is adequately soft. Make sure you're not pressing hard against the skin. Make sure you've got a good grip on this, and make sure it's at the right angle, and that's really all you need to know. So I appreciate you watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you will, and I'll leave you with one last thing. If you want to buy a Shavette, like everyone else, I highly recommend a Feather SS. This, you can find it on Amazon, $55, and then you buy the $20, I think it's $20 disposable blade. So it's a $70 purchase, but if you can shave with a Shavette and you can master a Shavette, you can shave with a straight razor. So I appreciate you guys watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.